It's OdaibaDiver here, and I have just clicked the go live button, so we should be live now. I have a window here to check just in case, and I'm going to wait a little bit to see if OdaibaDiver here. There we go. That echo, that little bit of direct feedback means that we are indeed live now. Hey everyone, thanks for dropping by. Thanks Ryan. Good to see you again. And we are still a good ways, well, not really a good ways off. We're about, I think, 8 minutes away from the official start of the JP official live stream. So usually I try and start my stream a little bit earlier to try and do things like a sound check and, you know, just to talk with you guys and, you know, sort of speculate about what's going to come up on the screen itself. I presume you guys can hear the music in the background, and at the same time my voice is coming through loud and clear, right? Okay, good to know. Let me double check a few things. Hey Zara, hey bro, thanks for dropping by. I guess I should say hey bro, right? Because, you know, hey is like part of your username. So when I greet you, I have to say hey bro. How's it going? So tonight the main thing is, of course, we're going to learn about everything there is to know. Well, not everything there is to know, but more like the first details of what the new Alaya unit is going to be like. What kind of role she plays, what kind of element. I think we can all pretty much guess that she's going to be a cost 100 unit for sure, because she's a main character in the story, and usually they you know, put the cost 100 tag on these characters. So that's pretty much that's pretty much a thing that we can be sure of. But the thing that we don't really quite know yet is, of course, the element, although the name of the new unit kind of gives us a very good indication of what element she's for. And of course, I think the main thing that most people are anxious about is what kind of unit she ends up being. Hey Joshua, thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. Let's see here. So I think maybe we can start a bit of a poll. Let's see, hopefully my typing won't be too loud. Gonna move my keyboard away. What kind of unit do you think the new Alia will be? And let's add some options. Whoa. The Japanese stream froze. Oh, it's freezing a little here and there. I hope it's not on my end because I'm using a direct connection. So chances are it's not my internet. It could be same as last time. Maybe there are some technical issues on their end. But we'll see in just a bit. For now, I'm typing up a poll that we can, you know, get some opinions on. User. And let's go. Alright, I just put up a poll. We keep it up there for a couple of minutes. Go ahead and put in your votes on what kind of a unit you think Alaya will be. In the meantime, I don't have my emulator on, so I can't show you some stuff from JP right now, because I'm kind of afraid that if I leave BlueStacks on, maybe it may crash something. So I always try and turn it off for these kinds of live streams, so that I don't encounter any kind of, or rather, so that I can avoid any kind of potential technical issues. But since we have some time, I want to let you guys in on a couple of stuff that's coming up. So this week I will actually be doing quite a number of live streams. So today is Saturday here right now. On Monday, what's happening is that Asalto-san is doing his kind of like his official community live stream, and on that stream he will have as a guest Ogura-san on, And Ogura-san is the guy behind like the narrative story for World of Visions. So they're going to have some pretty deep talk about the main story scenario and other stuff that is part of the lore for World of Visions. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, I am planning to do a live translation stream for that. And just as I'm saying that, what the heck happened over here? Hey, what happened? Okay, so the stream seems to be back. Let me double check if anybody else is having an issue with the stream. Maybe it's just me, perhaps? Okay. Oh no. Okay, so I guess we need to try and troubleshoot and make sure that all these problems are gone by the time the official stream actually starts, which is in 3 minutes time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. Let's see here. It seems like nobody in chat is talking about the freezing issue, so I wonder if that's something on my end. From time to time it can happen, but I've switched to a direct connection basically, so it shouldn't be that bad because I'm not even using a router right now. So anyway, for the poll, what kind of unit do you guys think the new Alaya will be? And it seems like most people believe she will be some kind of a healer. And the next one is, damage dealer at 27%, while tank and bruiser share a good 18% each. Personally, I feel like she's going to be the same as Rafu and Dialdo. Basically a tank that can also do like quite a bit of magic damage, because that seems to be what is powerful in the game right now. And I feel like Light Element could use something like that. Alright, so it seems like the connection issue is sorted out. Recently, they've been having these kind of technical issues on their end as well. Last stream, I believe, midway through, I think they discovered that their bitrate had some issues with it and was freezing quite a bit, but they were able to resolve it during the stream itself. So it could be, this time it could be them realizing they forgot to set the same thing as well, and right before the start, you're able to adjust it on the fly. Alright, so we are 1 minute away. So anyways, like I said, on Monday I'll be doing a live translation stream for Asalto-san's story-focused stream featuring Ogura-san from the narrative team for World of Visions. And then I think Tuesday night I will do a different stream just to do some polls, because I want to record something for a video. And then on Wednesday night, of course, that's when the new Alaya comes out, so I will be streaming that day as well. And it looks like the show is starting for tonight. Let's get into it. Calling Monty's. Oh.
FFB 原戦争リオリス三重放送
That was a greeting from Miso Shiru-san, Ishikawa Rie. And this is our host as usual, Asaruto-san. This is Rie Ishikawa. She's a YouTuber just like Asaruto-san, and she runs the channel, the Miso Shiru channel. This is Fujita-san, the director for World of Visions. And finally, we have, of course, Nakai-san, the operations producer for World of Visions JP. So, Nakai-san is recovering from a voice thing. So his voice is going to sound a little bit weird tonight, even though he is feeling, super energetic right now, but he cannot, it seems like he cannot, speak at the same kind of volume as before. So he's apologizing for that, even though he's feeling really energetic. So it's definitely not because he's depressed or anything. And that's...
蜂蜜じゃどうしようもない。
今回蜂蜜じゃちょっとどうしようもない感じでない。
And the other guests on the show are telling him that he needs to take some honey.
はい。
なんか蜂蜜を使いすぎたんだってコメントが。
But there are people saying in the chat, but you know, you keep abusing honey to soften your throat. Whoa.
サルトさんがきっとねやってくれるはず。
He's talking, but I don't know if the audio is not in
俺
sync.
の声にモーションを合わせて。
Seems like there's some audio issues. Yeah.
はい。という形でなんで周年もこうして。
Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Nakai-san just said that, you know, we are in the throes of the 3.5 anniversary. There's really quite a lot on the show tonight for everybody to look at. First of all, because we are going to get the details on the latest unit for WOTV JP, followed by 3.5 anniversary campaigns part 3, and then the third portion will be roadmap stuff for the future. So right now is the second week of the 3.5 anniversary. No, actually it's not the second week, it's the second part. Wait, technically I guess it's the second week of the third anniversary, the tail end of the second week. Because the 3.5 anniversary started on May 14, so it's almost 14 days from that. And Nakai-san is saying that on Twitter and all that, on social media, he's been seeing a lot of positive comments from users. Feels that has been quite well, the 3.5 anniversary has been quite well received from Odaiba as well. Odaiba, you know, meaning myself, I feel that 3.5 anniversary this time is really quite well done. Fujiya-san says that he's talking about the new Realm Scourge multi-quest. It's quite a difficult quest, but more people than he imagined actually, you know, were able to come together and think of strategies to defeat the Realm Scourge quite quickly. So the interaction and response for that has been better than expected in terms of the Realm Scourge multi-quest. And just as Nakai-san said, there's been a lot of good feedback for this kind of quest and campaign, so they're thinking in the future they want to do more things like this. Not sure if it will be the same, but they want to do more of these kinds of things. As for Assalto-san, Assalto-san himself as well, he's saying now that for the Realm Scourge quest, he's been trying a lot of different strategies, like with lightning and some other elements. And he says that there's a lot of interaction for the Realm Scourge multi-quest, people turning on chat to talk about you know, when they need healing and that kind of thing. And Nagan-san says that, you know, with this quest, for the first time he felt that maybe they should create a chat stamp that says something like, please use your Aspirate Evocation skill right now. That kind of thing to better communicate with the players in the multi-session. Nakai-san says now that there are some people in the chat saying something. Seems like because today this is kind of like an extra broadcast for this month. It's been only 2 weeks since the last broadcast, so because of that, for this broadcast there will not be presents, there will not be player presents in game because they gave out those presents last time 2 weeks ago already. So he hopes that people will understand. And then Assalto-san says, okay, so why don't we go back and take a look at the lineup for today. And Ishikawa Rie-san, Misochiu-san is laughing now because earlier we already took a look at the lineup already, but there we go. This is the new unit that we are going to be getting. It's the first time it's been, well, technically it's the second time because they already unveiled it in a live stream like about a little more than a month ago. But this is the new costume for Alaya. And Ishikawa Ryusei-san says it's really beautiful, it's really pretty. She's expecting good things from the unit. And Fujiya-san says, wait, you're expecting good things from a unit. I don't understand if that's what you should be doing.
プロポーズの意味を持った衣装。
So this is the outfit that Jaden gave to Alaya as, you know, part of his marriage proposal, apparently.
ウェディングドレス風の衣装
So that's why it looks like a wedding dress.
で式典で着用する前提でもあったので露出を抑えて上品に。
And they arrange it a little bit to make it, you know, more elegant than, you know, the normal kind of wedding dress. And Nakai-san says, isn't it cute? Isn't it kawaii?
一旦このそのアライアについてね、白体のアライア、普通のアライアと何が違うのかというところなんですけども、イベントのストーリーが走っておりました。次の
So Osordo-san says that the new costume here is, of course, the new version of Alaya who appears in the event story that is currently going on right now in WOTV JP right now. I believe there's still about 7 days for people to play it. And this whole story, this whole event story takes place in the past when apparently Jaden and Alaya were still kind of on friendly terms, I guess. I haven't played the story yet, so I don't actually know what happens in the event story yet. I'll play it, you know, sometime.
めちゃくちゃ良かったとかストーリー可愛かったとか
I've read out this before and translated this part before, but basically, this is Alaya basically saying that, you know, she wished that, you know, everything could be like in the past. She was trying to catch up to Oberon Jaden, and at some point, you know, the sort of the realities of war just caught up to them, and they are thrust into this kind of war situation. And she realizes that the peace that she envisioned couldn't, you know, exist forever, right? Something like that.
そのもうキャラクタービジュアルにあった。
Lil Taki asks, where is this from? The new Jaden and new Alaya in their new costumes are featured in an event story in War Divisions JP right now. So it's an event story that takes place in the past, and we get to see basically, you know, how they met and all that stuff.
純粋な思いっていうところがまだあった時っていうのは
So this, Nakai-san explaining now that this is from the past where, you know, they still had, you know, or rather Alaya still had like pure feelings towards Jaden. It's that kind of timeline.
最後に読んだ方がいいんですよ。
Hans Pals, thanks for dropping by. Yes, it's been a while since my last stream. Well, actually, my last stream was only 2 weeks ago because that's when the last official live stream was. But thanks for dropping by.
使われそう。コストコとか。
So I think right now they're talking about
白体のアライア、最新 PV があるということ
they have a PV for us to watch. So we're going to go ahead and watch that first.
純真無垢な気持ちでこちらをご覧くださいどうぞ
Please watch this with pure feelings, says Misoshiru-san.
ジェーダン、ありがとう。信じていてよかった。
Thank you, Jaden. I'm glad I believe in you.
この日をどれほど待ちわびたことか。
I've been waiting for this day.
やっつけてやるわ。落ち着いて、集中。全力でぶつかる。戦乱の果てに待つ未来、共に勝ち取りましょう。あなたはこれでもう歴史の一部ね。
Wow, she's
白体のアライア、6月1日に登場。
so as we thought, she's coming on June 1st. She's using some words that Jaden usually
もう時
uses.
間なのね。すぐに行くわ。
That's a
ということで
pretty
アライア
nice PV.
白体アライア登場とそういう形になります。属性雷ということで
It's lightning! Oh my god! She's a lightning element unit.
アライア
And her main job is Jinpaku no
59分までとなっています
roughly translates to pure white. Inazuke is like pure white betrothed.
セリフもジェーダンのような
So Sato-san is saying that Alaya even is talking in the same way that Jaden talks. Like, this is but a page of my history or something like that. She has lines like that right now for this version. And she's available from June 1st to June 15th. Lightning element. I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. But lightning as an element really needs help. So
可愛いですねって言ってこうやってやったんですよ。スタッフ全員からビデオ書いてたんです。
so Naga-san is saying some things about the development for Alaya. About
本当なプロモーションの方々が殺気立ってて
how the people who made the trailer were like a little bit surprised by the ways this new Alaya carries herself.
雷ということで、ここ藤田さん、まあどというか。
So Fuji-san is going to give us the dirty details.
コスト100で比較していくと、直近だとB が。
So for lightning cost 100, the most recent one we had was Vega.
その前、90でアルコンスは挟むんですけど、茨9月。
And of course before that we had Alphonse, cost 90, Ibarra,
これも期間限定でヘレナの
and Summer Helena, who is limited.
雷って工場のコスト100やっぱ少なくて。
So in terms of non-limited cost 100 units, it's quite rare, right? It's there aren't that many of them. So at this timing, they decided to make the new Alaya a lightning unit. Reasoning being, you know, there aren't that many lightning units who are cost 100. At least not non-limited. And Sato-san says that you can kind of see that kind of aura, the lightning aura with, you know, the purple streaks and all that.
ブーケ取らまさんですか。ちょっとね。
次に結婚できるってことですよ。
And she has this, you know, flower thing that she can throw. So Sato-san is joking here. Oh, so whoever catches the flowers will be like the next person to get married, right?
ジューンブライドですね。
ジューンブライドですね。
そうですよね。6月ですから。
確かにちょうどそのタイミングでね。
はい。はい。それでは
So they were talking something about her being a pure bride. Not sure what they were saying, but it's like seasonal apparently. I don't know. Like a Japan kind of thing maybe. Anyway, her limit burst is a Spear of History. 3 turn to all enemies in the area. Lightning elemental resistance down before applying damage L. And
でサブジョブがガンナーと密定となっております。皆さんこの LB は
this is a new effect.
2体だったらまた効果が上がるというか雷属性がより下がるっていう。
Oh, okay. So basically, the fewer enemies there are in the AOE, the higher the lightning elemental resistance down will be. And if there are 3 or more units, then, you know, they will have the same amount of effect as the normal value. So if you catch 2 enemies or a single enemy in this AOE attack, then the elemental resistance down for lightning will be increased more.
火力に期待ができる LB と。はい。ありがとうございます。
As for the sub jobs,
で、アビリティ素材見ていきましょう。サブジョブはごめんなさい。はい。
I can't really see it.
はい。
Gunner,
急所を狙うと思ってます。で、密定はシャドウダンス。
Gunner and Operative. Operative has Shadow Dance, which is a barrier and AP restore. For Gunner, I have to look it up because I don't know what that move is called in Global.
ブグシュ。
And by the way, she is a 5th unit. She is a 5th unit, you guys, so they're bringing 5th back. This is really interesting. A 5th physical unit. Frontline physical attacker type. She has Protect and Shell as well as Courage. So she can take quite a lot of damage from the enemies. And at the same time, she's able to perform a lot of strong single target attacks. That's the kind of job her main job is. The ability here is called Paralyzed Strike. It's a AoE attack that will give all the enemies damage M, as well as there's a chance that they will get immobilized. No, not immobilized, they will get paralyzed. And then over here, this is a buff, AoE buff. 3 turn area of resistance for everyone. And it has... Wow. So this is the courage move. And during courage, she will have increased physical damage. And when her HP is below 20%, she gets hate down 1 time. I'll read the ability here first. This is Jammer Impact. This does a single target attack that does damage L, and it will cancel the casting effect on the enemy. And it will also give that target CT down. So this move I need to explain more later on. It does a lot of things. So Fujiwara-san is explaining Paralyzed Strike, Cross-Shape AoE. So for this move, it's simply a low chance of, you know, getting status effects on your enemy, paralyzed. So he's gonna explain this. So this move here, when buffed with EX jobs, it will have Protect and Shell as well. Wow. And when she has Protect and Shell, it will increase healing ability as well as the chance of paralyze happening with this move here. So basically this move does a lot of things. So first of all, the AoE effect, right, to all allies, right, is not just area resistance up, but it also gives all your allies the ability to, you know, when their attacks land, it will remove re-raise on their targets for 3 turns. So that's the ally effect, and then for herself, she gets courage, and when she has courage, she gets physical damage up, and on top of that, she gets the effect when her HP gets below 20%, she will have hate down for 1 time. And on top of that, if you upgrade it with EX jobs, you get Shell and Protect on Alaya. And when you have Shell and Protect on Alaya, you get healing ability up as well as Paralyzed Strike, Paralyze rate up. So right now he's talking about the giving your allies re-raise removal through this move. So right now we've had in game quite a number of characters who can give the remove courage or remove protect to your allies, but I think this is like the first time you have give remove re-raise, or rather it's quite rare. I think actually Riso has it as well, right? I'm not too sure.
でかつガッツ効果が持ってる状態、まあ1回ね1まで削られるまでは物理ダメージが上昇するバフがつくと。まあこれは最近の
So now he's explaining the part where if you get to below 20%, you have a special effect. It's like King Bradley.
割とこうダメージが上がりやすい効果だったので、ダメージソースにももちろんなるかなっていうところで、かつ、まあ HP が20倍以下、まあ要するにガッツが発動するぐらい。
So basically, because the effect is below 20% HP, so it means that if your courage activates, then this effect activates. So in that sense, it's kind of like King Bradley, but of course the difference is, of course, for Alaya, her effect is she gets hate down.
されにくくするとか、まあいろいろ戦法としては、これが直接的にどう動くかみたいなのは環境によって戦う状況によってだいぶ変わると思う。
So, but because of this hate down, the way that Alaya moves in the battle from that point will be quite interesting. And it can actually change the tide of battle just because of the hate down here. Like she won't, be able to be targeted by the enemy.
で、
ん
伸びしろの部分としては範囲耐性の数字がちょっと上がると、あとこれにプラスで斬撃耐性アップがつきます。
さらに耐性が上がると、
耐性も上がる。バフ、周りにねいろいろフォローしつつ自分もすごい強くなるっていう、これでモリモリ一個モリモリにちょっとさせてもらったんですけど、結構今のねそのいろんなこうパーティー編成の環境とかを一個ちょっと
He just said that the resistance goes up, but I'm not sure if he's talking about this move or if he's talking about another move. So I have to come back and listen to this part again at the end of the broadcast. But this part is something that is, as you can see, is a very big move. So we'll look into this at the end of the stream again. Now Fujita-san is explaining Jammer Impact.
で正直ねこの流れで見たらなんかちょっと物足りないですよ。
So looking at this skill, looking at the normal version of this skill, it doesn't seem like it does a lot, right?
このジャマーインパクトも2段階の進化は
But this Jammer Impact has two different stages of evolution, EX and level 140 Dream Ability. For the first stage,
ダメージ台っていうところが最大2体の対象にダメージ台
the first stage will upgrade this move
単体攻撃
from a move that hits single target one enemy to two enemies.
打撃貫通をアップした状態で
Wow.
最大3体
Wow. And then when you upgrade it one more time from the level 140 Dream Ability, the move gets upgraded to target 3 units and it will also have strike strike resistance penetration on it.
単体のこの5マスですね周囲5マス
And the range is 5 squares from wherever Alaya is.
かつもちろん
So she can walk into a middle of 3 different enemies in 3 different directions and still hit all of them, and with strike resistance penetration on it. That's kind of crazy, don't you think?
結構強めの
I'm super excited for this character. Strike is gonna be really good, I think.
盛られやすいので単体でもあるのでダメージ
So, and furthermore, this is treated as a single target move,
あれなんです
which means that area resistance doesn't negate this, right? It doesn't reduce the damage. It's a single target.
持ってたりはするんですけど意外と少なくてだから単体耐性っていうところがすごい高いユニットって実は
So, units in the game with high single target resistance, that's actually quite rare in the game as well.
今の環境
So that's why this move is gonna be quite strong, and you will be able to get quite a bit of damage from this move.
打撃耐性貫通
So earlier I said that this move upgraded will give Protect and Shell. Now I'm not too sure about that. I think maybe Fujiya-san meant to say there's a separate move that gives Protect and Shell. And then the upgrade to this is just it will give more resistance and some other stuff. So I'll have to come back and revisit this and explain this later on.
ねそこ
But just know that this move is super crazy.
キャラ自体がちょっと前に流行った
Fujiya-san said that previously strike characters were very popular. But at the time, strike resistance was there was not a lot of strike resistance. But now in the game, thanks to Greater Demon and other stuff, there's quite a bit more strike resistance out there. And so right now it makes sense to have strike resistance penetration for the second stage of this attack.
まあ EX の頂点アビリティですね。一番
For the level 120 skill,
そこで
that is 3-hit move
三連撃
かつバリア破壊
and barrier removal.
持ってるんですか
Destroy barrier and 3-hit move.
はい
That's
三連撃の
Alaya's level 120 move.
まあこれはちょっと対人的な部分ではないかもしれないですけど、まあ
And then now for something that's for
打撃とかも持っているので
for PvE, there's also a 2-hit move that reduces strike resistance as well. So that will be really useful for PvE situations like guild raids
ダメージを与える
and other this kind of content where you fight against a boss enemy that you want to reduce strike resistance for.
こう PVE コンテンツ PVP コンテンツどちらとしても活躍が見込めそう
So it seems like the new Alaya will be quite useful both in PvP situations as well as PvE situations, which means that Odaiba is gonna pull for her day one for sure.
かって言われました
So come watch my stream on Wednesday evening about I think 6 hours or 7 hours after the global reset, after whoever the new unit is coming out this week is.
物理ダメは
So she has courage, she has
条件付きですけど確率の高い巻き攻撃っていうのができます。
a bunch of stuff. She has paralyze rate increase.
対性率は高く
She has AoE resistance. She can put protect and shout on herself. She has abilities to hit 3 targets. When 3 hit that
耐性ダウンっていうのも持ってます。
3 hit attack that destroys barrier.
物理バリア
And then operative, she has shadow dance.
プロシクルパンですね
花びらの
Holy cow! She has everything.
一定の
She has hate down.
はい
MV1 プラス8ダウンっていうのがあるんで、まあ
She also has one of the passives is the hate move +1 and hate down.
株割り使えば、できますとか、結構多岐にわたる。まあちょっとガンナーのね、急所を狙うとかメインのダメージソースとしては物足りてないかもしれないですけど。
And then for gunner sub job, although you may not get too much attack out of the gunner part, the gunner sub job, but you do get a bunch of the skills from there. So it's gonna be quite useful, even if you want to use the gunner sub job on her. The gunner move, I believe, at level 12, I believe is vital shot or something like that. I'm not too sure what it's called in global.
多分こう一応この性能であれば、まあ手動とかでも、まあ、使う場面はできる。
And Fujisan is saying now that with these kinds of, with all the things that she has, she is also a really great unit for manual as well.
活躍の場面はあるのかなっていうところで、こういろんな場面で。
So she's really useful in all kinds of situations,
こんな
PvE,
になると思ってないじゃ
PvP.
ないですかだってスライダーはいけるけどねこの EX の話がなかったんですから
そうですね。で、まあ
As well as manual auto.
逆にちょっとこうマイナスな部分っていう。
So for her negative parts, she doesn't have guaranteed hit.
はい、回避とかに関しては、
She
ちょっとモルナリ
may have a bit of a harder time against evade units.
この前ちょっとライトニングの
はい
強化とかで。
So if you want her to hit evade units, maybe use something like lightning's accuracy increase
そういう
buff.
ところもあって、
Or you can run Skahal with her, I guess.
回避対策とかはちょっとやってもらう。
And basically, you do have options for trying to beat evade, just not with Alaya herself.
みたいなのは持ってる。
あで十字範囲はあるけれどもっていうところ
And also for her AoE, she does have cross-shaped AoEs, but she does not have diamond-shaped AoEs. So that's one of her weaknesses, kind of.
はちょっと違う動きをさせないといけないかなとか、そういうところはちょっとあるんですけど、あとそれ以外の部分はちょっと一応。
But apart from those things, she pretty much has like a lot of strong things going for her. So Fujao-san is hoping a lot of people will want to, pull for her and play her as a
事
unit.
前にまあ全部じゃないですけど、
Ryan asked no sharp shoot, so yeah, apparently not. She doesn't have any guaranteed hit attacks.
ものによっては結構それどうなんですかっていう話もあるじゃないですか。
はいまあ裏で話しましたけどねはい
By the way, for those who want clarification on the protect and shout and this skill, I will be doing so at the end of the stream. Because I just realized there was some issue with my headphones. They weren't very loud. And I realized it's because I must have accidentally adjusted the volume down on my microphone earlier. So I couldn't hear this part very well. There's going to be a campaign with Alaya.
今回ちょっといろいろと育成の
はい
もう
Nakai-san is saying they want to make it easy to build her. So there's a campaign for her.
見ていきましょう次のスライドお願いいたします
Oh, it's just the same thing we always have.
アライア
Assaulto-san, why do you bait us like that? It's just the challenge missions.
で豪華報
Every single unit has them.
開催期間は6月1日0時から
Oh man, I got baited.
9分までとなっております
Yeah,
これはまあいつも
of course.
そうですねいつも新
She has challenge missions. All the new units have challenge missions. What are you talking about,
はい
Soto-san?
続きまして次のスライドをお願いいたし
Next up,
ます
we have
こちらに
the usual
左側
stuff.
から見ていきましょう
This is the daily quest that you can
関
get.
白の言い名付け
Red
育成
Ops rate job outs for new Alaya. And then on the right hand side, this is of course the special quest, the EX quest that gives you her special weapon. So we'll hear from Fujiya-san in a bit what this weapon does. And also this is actually the current event that's going on. And it's going to get a renewal.
言われてたものは、基本的に1日1回4クエストあったんです
Oh.
をチャレンジしてってこうその、まあ、例えば
There's something different about this quest. So in the past, or as of right now, the way this works, the quest on the left, you can play these quests once a day to get the materials, right?
まあやっぱり
But they're gonna change it
人
up
によって育成スピードって全然違うじゃん
because depending on the person playing, the speed of building can be different. Some people finish building in a day.
でそういう方は
In the most extreme of
この
cases.
クエストに、まあ、チャレンジするのはただこう惰性というか、まあ、育成のために作ってるので育成じゃなくても
And so obviously this kind of quest is not really useful to them because the team built this quest for people to get the materials, right?
変わった形で
But for those kind of people, it's not really useful.
いうところがあるので、
So they're gonna revamp
こち
it
らに
a
関
little
して
bit.
はちょっと形を変えさせてもらって、1日1回っていうのはもうちょっと廃止
There's no more once a day kind of thing with these quests. You can actually just farm them for the materials that you
また1
need.
日目で
So if you want to finish building Alaya, new Alaya in one day, you can just keep running this quest to get the raid ops.
ちょっと集約しちゃってもう明確にこれをやっといてくださいっていう形
So hoping that
で
with this change, they'll make it
ちょっと
easier for people to want to do this quest.
もらって規制期限とか思いのかけら、まあ、今回は雷系のやつなんですけど、そういうの
And you
も
can also get Awakening Prisms and Fragment of Thoughts. Thoughts of
ちょっと
Fragment.
クエストミッションとかいろいろ達成してもらう部分もあると思うんですけど、まあ、ちょっと一回やってみていただきたい。ちょっとやりやすいように。
Basically, the revamp or renewal of this quest has made it quite a bit easier to for people to get materials from this. So Fujita-san hopes that people will give it a shot, give it a try.
形的には
ちょっとずつこう強くなって
強くなっていくっていう感じではあるので、皆さんぜひちょっとまた触っていただいてご意見いただけたら。
はい、お願いします。
個人的にはこの多分日時が0時からになったのが嬉しいですね。
あ、そうですね。これまで5時、
これも1日1回の弊害ではあったんですよね。
はいはい。
極端な話。
リセットのタイミングがあったので、
0時から5時までの間でやっちゃった人がこう
So Saruto-san brought up that, you know, there, some people liked it that you could do this quest because Alaya is a character that comes out at midnight, right? So from midnight to 5 a.m., the reset timing in Japan, you could do these set of quests once a day previously, and then you could, but they removed the once a day limit already, so you can just farm these quests normally now. And then for the EX2 quest,
拳ですね。
the new fist weapon,
豪華報酬を獲得しようと。
we'll hear from Fujita-san in a bit what it does.
期間は6月1日0時から6月22日14時50
This is going to be available from June 1 to June 22nd, so for about 3 weeks.
増やしちゃった新しい武具、拳とああいうことで
のこ
こちら性能の方は藤田さん
はい、性
Now-
能に関しては、
はい
まあ、打撃貴重なアライア、つけていただきたいので、
So they want people
拳
to use this on Alaya.
になってます。でパッシブは打撃攻撃ついてまして、専用のパッシブついてます。でこれが、打撃耐性貫通を上げるものと消費 AP を、マイナスする。
So the normal passive is a strike ability up, and then for the Alaya exclusive passive, they are strike resistance penetration, as well as consumed AP, or rather AP consumption down.
サブでさっき言ったシャドウダンス。
So pretty
シャ
good.
ドウダンスまで打てれば、
So if you use Shadow Dance on Alaya to gain AP,
もう紹介したプロシェルの
and then you have this up
他にもまあ打ちたい
and use the protect and shell skill as well.
環境によってやっぱり AP 足りないねっていうか、
Depending on the map you're playing on, there may be situations where you may not have enough AP gained on Alaya, so that's why they want to give this weapon AP consumption down to allow Alaya to have an easier time with her AP, I
可
guess.
能性もあるってことですか
So with that, he pretty much confirmed that the protect and shell buff skill is a separate skill, so I'll go back and listen to it and explain that again later
手
on.
首の 可愛さ。
So the skill that was on the top right is her courage skill, but it also gives area resistance, area AOE resistance to teammates, and also to those teammates you also give 3-turn re-raise removal.
いやこれもうジェイダンは下手なことでき
For
ない
those of you who are just tuning in and confused about what I'm talking about, I'll explain this again at the end of the stream. Basically, it's with one of the abilities on Alaya that's really complicated, that does so many things. The text is just super long. You'll understand it later on when I go back to it again. There are even more campaigns for Alaya.
育成キャンペーン3つですね、
Three
いきます
campaigns for her.
ユニットハードクエストアイテムドロップ数3倍キャンペーン、
So it seems like for her unit hard crest, you get 3x drops for Alaya.
キャンペーン
And then in the normal shop, her rates of buying shards, the rate of appearance for her shards will be increased on the normal shop. And then for barracks, the amount of time needed to generate shards for Alaya will be cut in half.
クエストのドロップ数3倍が2週間
So, and furthermore, for the unit hard quest, 3x drops for Alaya, it will last for 2 entire weeks.
あこれ気まぐれじゃなくて通常の方
And then for the normal shop, this is really interesting because normally we have to use Whimsy shops to get
ちょっと僕
the buy shards for Alaya, but this time around they made it so that the rate of Alaya shards are increased with the normal shop, so you don't necessarily have to do Whimsy for her.
アライアのかけら確定
Sorry, by the way, I turned up the audio a little bit higher earlier, but I realized then that it may actually make my voice be a little bit harder to listen to. So let me know if you guys had that kind of problems. I wasn't really reading chat, so I'm not sure if that was an issue or not.
としまして、弊社
Anyway, Nakai-san is saying now, talking now about the barracks campaign.
獲得時間を半減これも2週間
This will also last for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, when you put Alaya in the barracks, instead of 12 hours for one shot, it will only be 6 hours for one shot. This is pretty amazing.
まあ通常ショップの部分はまあちょっと今訂正した部分なんですけど、所持していく場合に確定で出てくるという形なので、まあぜひゲットしてもらえた方に関してはショップとか含めて弊社に入れてもらってかけら集めてもらえればなと思います。
これも初めて
So another thing that's great about the normal shop campaign is that I believe even if you don't have the unit, you can buy the shards in the normal shop. Like it doesn't affect the rate of appearance of Alaya shards in the normal shop, if I'm not wrong. Whereas for Whimsy shop, you need to have the unit for the character shards to appear, if I'm not wrong. Straylight says, not sure L can be replaced with her. Fizz, Alaya plus Ad plus Perrine look lines at least on paper. Oh, I can tell you for sure. L can be replaced with her. I mean, in the recent class match in Global, we've already started seeing that already. So I definitely feel that you can definitely run multiple attackers. And there's gonna be a new vision card as well.
ですね暮れゆく人ともに
Kureyuku Hitotomuni. Together with the setting sun. This will be available 1 week after the release of Alaya from June 8th all the way to June 22nd. You are cost 60. Cost 60 means that this is a job. This is a weapon-based vision card
といったビジョンカードですかね。
そうですね
that does not have an ability. So nowadays we can tell by the cost because they made a change to all the job-based vision card to be cost 60.
そうですね
So apparently this scene, people will understand the meaning and timing of this scene, apparently.
イベントをやったらもう一回見て
For the people who have done the event already, maybe you might want to play through it again to try and see where this scene
絵の方は藤田さん
is coming from.
確定できてなかったので、はい、ちょっとお知らせで報告させていただきます。
ということで、はい
So unfortunately, they can't talk about the details for this card yet because they're still adjusting it.
イラスト素敵美しい
But the art, look at the art.
ちょっとお正月みたい
It does have the a bit of a feeling of the January 1st kind of vision card, right? The January 1st vision card featuring Jaden and Oberon has that kind of feeling to it. But this is Nakai-san is saying this is a really great scene.
この右下のここのそうあれってみんなって何て呼んでるの？丸のティースって我々呼んでるんですけど、多分気づいてる人がそんなに少ないのかなという。結構ね。
それも結構だいぶ内部の話。
そうか。なんかビジョンカードあれですよね。モチーフとなるこう丸のが描かれてるんですよね。あそこの中に何を描くかみたいな結構頭をひねりながら、はい、ところはあるので、そこら辺も注目していきたいと思います。
KW1 says no Asper confirmed. Oh, that's an exhibition mark, right? Maggot says better with Alphonse. Yeah, I believe so as well. So Saldo-san here is saying he wants Alaya as well as the new vision card. Looking forward to all this stuff in June. So this time around, it will be as usual a midnight release for Alaya.
ゲットして、すぐ試していただくもよし、ちょっとちゃんとね、育成を時間かけて。
So Nagai-san is saying that for the people who decide to pull Alaya this time, it's great if you want to rush her out and start using her, or if you even if you want to slow build her. This time especially, they've made it so that it's easier to do that. And now they're reading some comments from chat. Apparently, the vision card has some secret to it, some kind of Easter egg. To the people who have played the event, they may be able to notice it. Something about the motive. But basically, Nagai-san is explaining now that usually for the vision cards, they try and do the art for them based on a kind of motive from the lore.
そうレッサーパンダいますね。いますよね。ルシアのね。はい。研究対象の方だったかな。はい。レッサーパンダがいたりだとか、あとはシュポーンとか、オルトロスが描かれて。
Straight like us, she's cost 100, right? Yep, indeed, she is a cost 100 fist-based unit. Physical attack strike unit that can do a lot of things. Which I'm going to revisit at the end of the broadcast because I think I missed one thing that he mentioned, that Fujiya-san mentioned about the protect and shell.
僕今まで言ってなかったから丸モチーフって内部の話だったのかごめんなさい。
言葉としてはそうだ。別に名前が決まってるもんでもない。
今決めました。
呼び方は全然
丸持ちで可愛い。
自由だと思います。
毎回紹介しましょう丸餅を。
そうですね。
せっかくだからこだわってるところだから。はい。ありがとうございます。さあ、そして続きまして、本日のラインナップ2つ目ですね。新コーナー
Next up.
本日あるということで放送のね告知ツイートにありましたけど、サムネにもついてましたね。
Next up, they're going to go into the new segment on the show.
ですね、最近ね、プロデューサーレターとかでも。
So recently in the producer letter, they have been giving us details on the most used units for the top 20 guilds, both on offense and defense. But of course, in War Divisions, for how people use their units and how they make them move, this kind of thing. Nagai-san was thinking, he wanted to create a segment where he's able to showcase that off to players through numbers. And so the new segment on the show is War Divisions, the Room of Dissection, the Room of Analysis. So basically, this is a segment where they try and showcase how people use the units, I suppose, through numbers that they have access to.
忖度なし数字って出るじゃないですか。こういうふうに使われていますよだったりとか、何人がこうしていますよ。そういう本当に曇った眼鏡一切なし、ひいき目一切なしの実際の数字で今幻影戦争ってどうなってるのかみたいなのを。
So basically, Nagai-san just explained that we're gonna see like basically detailed numbers. Well, basically, he's gonna basically this slide explains it all. This corner, this segment is about true numbers and rankings we are able to try and see the trends inside the game and get people's opinions on it. So starting with, what is the most what are the most favorited most favorited units, I suppose? Who is the unit that are set as the favorite unit by the most number of people? This is, I believe, the home screen unit, if I'm not wrong. And this is just a visual, by the way. She's not the actual unit. So the answer for that is, number 1 is Black Witch Rogue Helena. Number 2 is Mediana. And third is King Mod. So I guess they count on the newcomers as well, right? He's not talking about the home screen unit. He's talking about the favorite setting inside the unit screen. So these are the units that are the most favorited in the unit selection screen. So now Nakai-san is asking Asalto-san and Misochiyu-san what kind of units they favorite. And for Asalto-san, he says that if he has any units that he is still working on building, that's when he will save them as his favorite. For me as well, personally, for Odaiba, that's me. Personally, for me, I will bookmark or favorite units that I plan to use antlers on, just to remind me, how many antlers I need to upgrade all the units I plan to. Misoshi says that she doesn't remember when she did it, but apparently she actually did bookmark Helena as one of the favorite units in the unit screen. She doesn't remember when she did it, but when she goes to the favorite screen, she does see her over there. So for units that help you farm, it's quite useful to have them in the favorited list. And then for Nakai-san is saying some people favorite units that help them raise their faith and bravery. And then we have more rankings here from number 4 to number 10. Number 4 is Emma Mont, number 5 is Tifa, number 6 is Ayaka, number 7 is Frederica, number 8 is Calculator Ildira, number 9 is Gilgamesh, and number 10 is Cloud. So Tifa, for example, is quite useful for clearing your missions because she has a 4-hit move. So maybe that's why she's quite favorited quite a lot. Ildira as well, she's a calculator and arithmetician, so it makes sense for her to be favorited quite a lot by players. As for Ayaka, Nakai-san is not too sure why, but Salto-san is speculating perhaps it's because a lot of players want a healer, right? And then Misoshi-san said no, it's because Ayaka is cute, Ayaka is kawaii, that's why she is favorited, and also because she's a healer. And of course the favorited units, a lot of them tend to be older units because part of it is because for newer players, they tend to use the feature more. Or rather, because they just started, they can't really use the feature that much. So basically this feature, right, favorite feature is to basically bookmark, units to filter them to be to more easily access them, right? So for the most part, only players with a lot of units would use this feature, right? And therefore, a lot of the users who use this feature are people who have done so since the release of the game, and as a result, you do see a lot of people favorite units more from the older history of the game. And that's why you have Black Rogue, Witch, Helena. A lot of these units really are like the older units, because too many people bookmark them in the past.
定している1位は誰っていうのがフェデリカだったんです。だからフェデリカとか人気とか
And apparently during one of the anniversaries, they did have like some kind of an analytics, and it showed that the most the home screen unit of most players is actually Frederica. It's like the #1 unit who was set as the home screen unit. So
僕とかは育成が完全に終わったものを
and of course, another thing about the favorite feature is that usually you only bookmark your units when they are when you finish building it, right? So they tend to be older units as well because of that.
終わったものをお気に入りにしている、ね、そういう使い方をしてマスターしました
There's the kind of
星マークマスターしましたみたいな
usage as well. And also, San is explaining, yeah, so it's kind of like when you bookmark a unit, it's like you've mastered the unit, right?
中からビルバトルとかいろんなのね編成とかはこう組んでいけば分かりやすいじゃないですか。全部終わってるみたいな感じで使ってます。はい。じゃあ続いて
Alright, so we're moving on to the next thing.
じゃあ
What is the which unit has the most amount of reincarnations total across everybody?
やっているのかっていうランキングになります。こちらをご覧ください。
This is the cumulative total.
1位ですね。
Number 1 is Lucio with 676,021 reincarnations. Number 2 is Sephiroth with 262,532 times reincarnated. And number 3 is Wing Knight Stern with 132,716 reincarnations. So we know why Lucio is the most reincarnated, right? Because he's one of the units where the reincarnation does not require scrolls. It's almost free because you can farm the Mind Spears for Lucio. And he's actually a pretty good guild battle unit as well, even though I don't use him. So for that reason, as you can see, the difference is quite staggering. As well as Sephiroth, he's one of the first units you could reincarnate, right? So that's part of the reason. And for Stern, in JP you have the Half Scrolls campaign, and that definitely helped. From 4th to 10th, number 4 is actually Rafu, number 5 is Yifi, number 6 is Amethyst, number 7, only number 7 is King Bradley, number 8 is Muraga, number 9 is King Mont, and number 10 is Mediana. What is Mediana doing here? What is Mediana doing here? I don't get it. But other than Mediana, I am, quite convinced by this popularity ranking list, I suppose. Rafu makes a lot of sense. She's, I'm myself as well. I'm storing my spears for Rafu. I plan to reincarnate her as well. She's definitely a worthy target. Yuffie, great for people who want to play evade. She's really the first character you need to reincarnate if you really want to go in on Yuffie, I suppose. So now they're still talking about Rafu, by the way, that she has amazing performance. For number 8, number 9, number 10 is a little bit surprising for them even.
コメントでメディーナ意外となってますけど、メディーナ結構やったよって方なんかいらっしゃいますかね。
Are there? The chat is kind of surprised that Mediana is here, and then Misoshiri is asking, did anyone actually reincarnate Mediana? And Nakai-san is raising his hand because he's one of those people who reincarnated Mediana, apparently. Nagai-san says it's because his luck with Mediana is quite good, and that's why he has a lot of Mediana ops, and that's why he reincarnated her quite a lot. So maybe it's because of that. Maybe there are just a lot of people with Mediana shards, and so she's an easy target to reincarnate. Bradley is a obvious character who is up in the rankings because she's one of the best targets for reincarnation. And of course for Earth you have Dildo, right? But Muraga as well is a pretty good tank for Earth element. So these two can kind of be partners, so that's I guess one of the reasons why he's up there in the rankings as well. And of course, Muraga's reincarnations are almost free. You can farm for his Mind Spears. It does not need scroll. All you need are like the EXP cubes and the Earth materials.
確かにあれなんですけどね、その素材120とかまでのかけらとかを配布してたりはする、チャレンジミッションでこう育成しやすい状況ではあるので、まあ、あとこの前で言うとギルレとかかなり使われてた。
ああ、そうですね。シザラスリピート。
And then of course there's some people reincarnate because of guild raids.
意外でしたね。でもそれでも
So
ここに入って
even with all these, even after factoring all of these things, the fact that Mediana is number 10 is still kind of surprising.
最近できるようになりましたから、僕もね絶賛ね今クエスト回ってますから。
Vinju says, wow, Mediana is still usable. Hope her fully transformed version is really powerful.
意外なキャラもいるし、まあこうなるのかなっていうキャラもいるし。
Hariki Louis says, Mediana is the new meta.
4位か
I
ら
wonder about that.
逆ランキングみたいな楽しみ方で
キャラにやってるんだなみたいなね。
For Miso Shield, she feels like, oh, never mind, we are moving on to the next one already. Oh, sorry, earlier is how many times they have been unlocked to level 140. So over here, this one is the total number of reincarnations. I misread the previous one. So these are all the characters have been reincarnated the most.
ラマダラビエスとかナイアとか
Just gonna go back to confirm something real quick.
かなり強い硬いみたいなところあって、
合計転生回数。
村川先生で。
No, this is correct. This is the number of total reincarnations. And now,
一時期めちゃめちゃ流行ってましたし
I think, oh, this is the same thing.
もうじゃあ4位か
This is the same thing, but it's a ranking for all characters outside of UR.
ナーシアディアにも親しみが出るなっていう感じでございますね
So for a moment there, I thought I read the last question wrong. But no, that was actually correct. So basically, Mediana is number 10 in terms of total reincarnations. And then over here, we have a bunch of MR units and SR units as well.
的な部分とかそれが強いのかな。
I'm gonna scroll back for a bit now. The top three was Lila, Beiro, and Mont Leolis. Beilo is April Fool's event, by the way. And then for number 4 to 10, it's Dario, Nasha, Tina, and number 5. Wait, not Tina. Dia at number 5. No, 4, 5, 6. Naya at number 7. Valide at number 8. Ramada at number 9. And Raviers at number 10.
ラマダが転生解放されるってなった時のツイッターの盛り上がりすごかったんですよ
When Ramada received her
みたい
dream ability and reincarnation, there was quite a big response on Twitter from the people who are too happy that Ramada has finally reached her reincarnation. That finally Ramada is able to be reincarnated.
僕もここだ
That's how much people in JP love their Ramada. Kokintat says, in global, Zazan will be the most reincarnated. Yeah, I can see it. I can see that.
ナーシャもそうなんですけど、
So Monto and Nasha are like
ユニ
the.
ット、まあ、ベイロとナーシャに関してはイベントで配りました。でモン
So for Nasha and Belo are given to players basically the all the
中に
level 99 version.
あんなイベントやったキャラクターよりもダントツみたいなのはなんかさすがリレルリアだなっていうのは
And so Fujisan is surprised that little Lila is number 1, even though Belo and Nasha, a level 99 version of Belo and Nasha were actually given to us through an event. So almost everybody who's playing at the time would have a level 99 unit version of Belo and Nasha, who they can then upgrade to level 140.
でギルバトでも多く見ますし、結構ね、ラフちゃんとかがね、強かったりするので。
But Salto-san is saying now that little Lila is really great. SR Lila is really great in guild battle, and even now you do see her being used together with Rafu.
まあ以上が転生で操作
And that's all for the number of total reincarnations for the units. Next up,
こちら
we're going to talk about money.
現在最もギルを
In terms of guild, of course.
プレイヤー
Right now,
方のギルの所持数はいくらでしょう
how much guild do players have? The
そう
the player with the most amount of gil.
でどれくらいかっていう石川さんどれくらいだと思う
How much gil do you guys think it is? The person with the most amount of gil in War Divisions JP.
自分がどれぐらいか
Miso Shield herself can't even remember how much gil she has in the game.
石川さん何億持ってます
今
So I'm bad with this oku thing. I think 1 oku, 1 oku is
4億14
僕今195億ぐらいだと
お
思う。
お
昔ね、
Asalto-san believes is 195 oku, which is I'm bad with the oku to million conversions. I believe 1 oku, 1 oku is it
こちら
100 million?
を見ていきましょうかこちら
Anyway, the total is this much.
タルトさん
I'm not even going to try and read this.
現在最もギルを所持
Right now, the single player with the most amount of gil is
572億3805万5899ギルだぜなということで、これも忖度ですよね。これ忖度だと思うよ。
忖度ってない
and Asalto-san is saying the person who has this amount of gil, he's actually losing out, right? Because why does he have so much gil and not using it up?
一人で先走ったみたいにさ、仲間じゃなかったなここ。
He's got to be missing out on a bunch of stuff, right?
今日は調子いい
And in case you guys missed it, that was Asalto-san reading this amount of number in Garga's voice. 57 billion. Thanks, Ryan.
800万
I have a hard time like reading this number as a word. 57 billion. So that's like I think I have like 4 billion or 6 billion in global, and then like 2 billion in JP.
数字とか見て思ったより意外と少なかったの
おお意外と
いやみんな割と十何億ぐらいの桁を持ってるじゃないですか、
Fujiya-san actually believes that this is actually kind of lower than what he expected because they did give out a lot of gil, and so he thought the one holding the number one player holding all the gil would have even more than this amount.
召喚の施策
And of course, previously during the 3.5 anniversary, at the start of the 3.5 anniversary, there were a bunch of guild summons that let you summon a bunch of character shots for really cheap.
これでもやっぱこんだけ持って
Even after doing all those gacha, I guess we still have players with this much gil, which is pretty amazing. I think in the game, if you do like you know, the exchange for guild turtles every day, you can probably get I don't know how many million gil per day.
続いてまいりましょうか
Within Visipur, I can tell you, I think we have somebody with like 20 or 30 billion gil.
えっと剣
Anyways, next up we have the legendary relinqueries game mode. This
第一が
statistic is about the character use rate.
人気になって
This is the character use rate ranking for the legendary relinqueries mode.
単品で
Number 1 is Sephiroth.
闇パでした
So this is for the first stage, the one that just came out in global. And generally speaking, the most the party that's used the element that's used the most is actually the dark party.
もうそうみんなが使ってるのこのパーティー
This is the okay. So basically, this ranking is meant to be used as
補助的な
this is like the entire party use.
じゃあどうなってる
It's not individual. We are not looking at the results individually, but rather this is actually one whole party, and this is the most used party in the first stage of the legendary inquiries.
6位がディーン
And number 6 is Dean,
あの
who is Dwayne in global.
正直今対人の環境とか使われてない
Right now, Dwayne is not really used in PvP in JP, but for Quest, he's still used quite a bit because of his endurance.
1型ではないけど最高持ってはいるんで、まあ、こういうクエストでも全然、まあ、いわゆる今最後までクリアするってなったら多分現役戦争の今中では一番難しいコンテンツではあるんですけど
So for people who are able to clear Wave 10 of this, it's pretty much that's pretty much like, you know, some of the most difficult content in World of Visions, right? And so you can, in JP, there are actually people who even use Dwayne for, you know, this game mode in that way, even though he's not really used for PvP anymore in JP, because he still does not have his level 140 over there in JP. And then of course you have Helena and Sephiroth.
一番最後のボスって低レーンとか水キャラが多いんですね。なので、リーンの下のリーンの下のランク、だから。
So I guess there's not one party, I guess. So below Dwayne, other than that, the lightning party is used a lot.
で、J 弾挟んでヘレナ水木でした。なので、やっぱりこのクエスト、このクエストの敵の構成上の部分もあるんですけど、
And then there is
パーティー単位でいうと闇パ、雷パ、光パっていうところが。
basically for this stage, right? Most people use dark, light, and lightning. Those parties.
この3属性に偏ってて、で結構いろいろこの3属性のキャラクターがあって、初めて他の属性でベリスが出る。
And then of course for other elements, we do see Velis. But rather than being used in ice parties, he's being used as an insert into all the other mono element parties. So he's used a lot as a single unit within a separate party. And then of course, you could do this with other units as well, like Ayaka, that's actually quite popular as well. And then for tanks as well. So like for example, for the Dark Party, Helena and Dark Fina, their endurance is not that great, so sometimes you do want to have a tank in there. So just to explain, this is the rate, right? This is the use rate of each character, but first to 5 is these 5, and then number 6 is Dwayne, and then below that is like lightning and light characters. But it's kind of interesting because the top 5 characters can be used in a single party like this because they're all dark. And even for new players, you can just use these parties to get to wave 6 and 7 easily. So do give it a try if you have these units. Next up, we are going to look at the Realm Scourge results. Total of 115,637 people have attempted the Realm Scourge multi-quest, and of those people, 10,985 people have cleared the quest and obtained this title. Well, not necessarily this title, but something similar to that. I have the title as well. And because we have over 10,000 people clearing it, the lottery has been, the lottery prices have been increased. 10% of all the players who attempted this challenge have cleared it. Vijayan is talking about the Brutal Quest, which is normally just one step above the Extreme Quest, I guess. And also, you know, the highest level Vision Card Quest, those are actually quite hard as well, right? So the interesting thing that Fujiwara-san is pointing out now is that, you know, whenever they build a difficult piece of content, usually
正直かなり高かった、まあ、想定はしていた部分はあるんですけど、もっと少ないかなって個人的には思っていたので。
いやでも今コメントでも、いろんな方が言っていただいているんですけど、野良も盛り上がってたし、みんな頑張ったし、ツイッターでも盛り上がってた印象ある。キャリーしますよっていうツイッターも多かったしとか、なんかすごい配信者の皆さんも頑張って。
So even though this quest is actually pretty hard on the higher levels of difficulty, this many people cleared it because there was a lot of, there was a lot of help from streamers, from content creators, and people just helping each other to try and clear this quest through the multi. And the rate was actually quite good at about 10%. And Naga-san is asking. So basically right now, yeah, Ryan, I'm running out of breath, kind of tired right now, but I think I'll take a sip of water because it's since the start of the stream, everything they said is kind of like information. So, but basically, they're going to right now they're actually asking chat for ideas on what else they would like to see in a similar vein, and then after the stream, basically they will look through the suggestions and see if there's anything they could try and do on that level. But basically, the summary of it is a lot of people had fun with the Realm Scourge multi-quest, and it was quite well received, so in the future they'll try and do more of these sort of things. Now we're going into 345 anniversary campaigns and events part 3. Starting with story part 3, chapter 3, scene 3, which will be coming out on June 8th in WOTV JP. I haven't played main story in a while, so I don't know what is the progress, but I'm kind of concerned about what's going on over here. Did Akatsuki from Naruto like invade into World Division something? Like what's going on here? But basically it's the Ovis and Leonis troops versus the Heindler troops. It's the final part of this saga, or rather this battle. What's gonna happen for the people who read the story? I'm sure you're dying to find out. I haven't read the story yet, so I have no idea what's going on for the main story. But I'll find out in the next few days, I suppose. Because I need the visual to pull Alaya. So I don't think this is a spoiler, but Nakai-san just read out part of what you can expect from this chapter, which is that the way that Oberon uses the vision rings is quite different from how Jaden and King Mon uses the vision rings. It's on a different level, so that's going to be one of the things to look forward to in this scene. Binju says that's Realm Scourge soldiers. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. The people on the left, okay. And then of course next up we have more campaigns. This is 3 times drops. No, not drops. 3x JP and EXP and item drops for selected quests. I don't know which quest. So these are all the usual campaigns we have basically. It's gonna be something that I'll check out in notices because that way it's easier to see like which things happen during which timings. But the barracks campaign, the half amount of time, the half time reduction for barracks shots, that's coming back from June 8 to 15. And then the daily quests, 3x drops are coming back which I'm really grateful for. And then you have your guild give campaign, your friend give campaign, 5x guild give campaign, as well as 5x friend give campaign. So usual kind of stuff. Nothing really that special, but since it's 3.5 anniversary, we do have more than the usual amount, which is thankful for sure. Which we are, I mean, it's better than, you know, not having it. So it can really help over time, especially the Barracks. That one doesn't come back that often, right? Because I think the last time we saw it was the 3rd anniversary. Now Fujisan is explaining that, you know, some people have do you know that for Alaya, because Alaya already has her own, like, you know, the amount of reduction in Barracks, right? That will not be carried. That will not be doubled up with the that particular campaign for the rest. Next up, we have another tower. This time for the ice ring. This is we don't have it in global yet, but in JP we already had our first of the new towers. When it's only 10 floors, and when you clear it, you get like a recipe to upgrade the lightning elemental ring. And this time we're gonna have the same thing for the ice ring as well. And of course, with the ice ring tower comes the chance to get these exclusive titles. Next up, we have Raid Boss Revival, which of course means that you will be able to play the quest again for the free vision cards given out with raids. And this time, the piece of armor that's getting upgraded is Dragon. I think this is called Dragon Armor, right? I think this is getting a +6, if I'm not wrong. Stray Light wants to remind everyone not to forget to claim your CM reward, guys. The CM reward this time is not gonna be great, right? My rank in CM in global is rank number 9, but I think I'm getting the same gold level rewards as everybody else in gold rank, if I'm not wrong. Because this time around, nobody is in diamond. Nobody is in the highest rank, so as in the highest tier, highest league. So we don't actually get any rank-specific rewards. Normally I would get, I think, 3,000 visual, but not this time, sadly. Vinju says they should put VC Barracks too. The VC Barracks in JP are pretty useless though. So this next slide is a reminder of the free pools campaign going on right now. We still have one free temple every day until June 1st, and then for the last part, on June 1st to June 2nd, we have the final 50 polls, which will also guarantee a 1 UR. So Misochi says that although she doesn't get lucky in the other summons, from the daily 10 polls, she managed to get a Dark Bahamut from it. So when she gives up on getting the vision cards and units she wants, that's when she gets it from the free pools. Sometimes that's how luck works, apparently. Next up, this is something new, I think. Okay, so if you guys remember during during the 3rd anniversary, they published a bunch of videos, if you remember, starring Mons and King Mons and Queen Marjorie, and I forgot who else. and they read out some promotional stuff. If you remember that, this time around they're doing this again, but with Jaden and Alaya. And then there's a retweet campaign for that as well, where you can be entered into a lottery if you retweet their tweet for that. And then this slide here is just promotion for Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Series. Maggot says there is one platinum. Yeah, but I mean, even if you get to platinum, you don't get the rank rewards because you need to be one step higher, right? You need to go up further than that. You need to get to Diamond Master in order to get the rank rewards. So even Cosmic didn't get it this time. By the way, I recorded my final 5 matches, which I'm going to do as a video within the next 1 or 2 days, so I look forward to that. Gonna share my secrets because I figure, you know, the next class match I'll just, you know, find something else that's really good and use it to try and push for rank 1. Next up, we're gonna go into roadmap stuff. So the previous time, we've already gotten a lot of details about the roadmap, so this time around it's gonna be more of a tiny update, I guess. So this time they're able to tell us more of the tiny little details. Or rather, they'll talk about it briefly, but next month they'll be able to give us more details. For June and July upgrades, they've already talked about it already. So for now, they just kind of refresh everybody's memory. This is story. You can save your favorite story quest for farming. This is guild battles, the mock feature. So right now there's a mock everyone at once feature, but you can't select which teams you don't want to mock, and you can't change the order of teams this feature will prioritize. So you're going to be able to do that later in June. Oh, and the other thing is you don't have to return to the mock battle top list to change your formation details. You will be able to do it directly on the mock battle screen. And then pick up match rewards adjustment. They've already done it for arena and class match. For pick up match, they're gonna increase the rewards as well. This here is affinity turn on and off. That's coming in June. Over here for July, this is the barracks. Feed everyone to the max all at once. Instead of tapping 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, you will be able to just click one time to max it out. This is trust stone settings from the formation screen. This is sorting. This is sorting will allow you to select AP and some other stuff. We already have some of these actually, if I'm not wrong. The status screen will now show the area resistance and unit resistance, single target resistance. In August, they're going to do some UI changes so that depending on the units that you pick, that you have in your formation, oh, they're gonna put some weapon icons on weapon-based vision cards to make it easier to tell what kind of units will be able to benefit from the effects of particular weapon-based vision card. For the rest, I'll have to come back to read because they made it small now, so I can't. Yeah, so it's a little bit too small for me to read. Anyway,
今回に関しては SNS で結構声が
So Fujisan says that whenever they do like UI adjustments, they reference certain things to help them decide what to change. This time around, they actually got a lot of feedback and a lot of opinions from players through Twitter. So usually they'll do CS, I think it's consumer survey. So usually they get the information from survey, but this time they took a lot of feedback from Twitter to try and do these AI changes. Not AI changes, UI changes.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
みんなでいいゲームにね、していくというか、声が届くというのが我々としてもね、ありがたいですから。
ちょっと何か差し上げるとかってさすがにあえてここでバイネーム言ってないことをさせていただけたらありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございました。はい、今後もよろしくお願いします。はい、っていうのと、はい、編成画面のところですね。結構ユニットとかビジョンカード編成しているときに、どのユニットが今、設定されているかっていうのを一回戻ってところを一応
So for this part here, this UI change has to do with the way that when you pick like a unit or vision card, it's hard to see what you have currently equipped. So they're gonna make, with this UI change, they're going to basically put everything that you've selected. Like if you are changing a unit, they'll put all the units you have currently equipped in the formation up front so that it's easier to see. When you select a vision card as well, they'll put all the vision cards you already have equipped up front so that you can quickly tell what you have without having to go back. And then third one, this is a feature to allow you to be able to tell at a glance what kind of Asper nodes you have selected for that Asper. So basically from the Asper screen, you'll be able to tell without going into the in-depth screen, you'll be able to tell if your Dark Odin has Evade 25 or if it has, Man-Eater 25 and all that stuff, like a summary kind of thing. So these are the UI changes they're looking at for August. And this time around, unfortunately, Fujita-san couldn't prepare any information that's not listed here. He couldn't prepare any special information to let us know in advance, but the next broadcast, he thinks he will be able to prepare some things to let us know what's coming up, apart from the things that have been confirmed. So Salto-san says that one of the things that he really liked about this round of improvements on the roadmap is the icons on the weapon-based vision card. Can really help to clarify and see exactly what kind of weapons and what kind of units are usable on the weapon-based vision card.
回収案みたいなのをがっつりスライドとかで送ってくれてたりとか、別に箇条書きでこういうところをちょっと直して。
So one thing that Fujita-san doesn't want people to misunderstand is that, actually all along they have been working on all these kind of improvements, including UI improvements. Just that, obviously there's a lot of feedback coming to them from everywhere, right? So it's not like they didn't look at Twitter feedback in the past, right? It's just that, they've collected a lot of feedback, but this time around the sort of UI changes that they're making include those that have been suggested to them on Twitter. So this time he's quite grateful to the people who submitted their feedback about all these things that they can try and improve. Alright, so with that, we've come to pretty much almost the end of the broadcast. It's been jam-packed with a lot of information. Misoshil feels that the new Alaya is really cute and she really wants to get her. And then of course after 3.5 anniversary, there's more UI improvements to look forward to. So by the time we reach 4th anniversary, we should be getting an even better game than right now. So she's really looking forward to all of these things.
続いてシドさん、まあ先ほどもねたくさんお話しされ
Next up is Fujita-san.
たいかがだったでしょうか。
His closing comments.
まあぜひちょっと新井は、
For starters, please give Alaya a try.
まあ今回ちょっとロードマップ、まあ僕が喋らせていただいて。
This time for the roadmap, he talked a lot, but there was not actually a lot of information. So he feels sorry about that. But the next time for the roadmap section, they'll have a lot more to share. So please look forward to it. Because this time around, unfortunately, there are some things that he can't say yet,
先までいろいろ決めていかないといけない
and there are some things as well that are not yet been decided.
ワクワクできるような形で
But those are things that people. He's sure that people will be quite excited about. So please look forward to all that stuff next time.
ありがとうございます。中井さん、
はい。
Nakai-san's turn.
声カスカスで本当すみません。まあちょっとねその風邪とかではないんですけどね。ちょっと変
So first of all, for him, his voice is, as you can see, is not. He couldn't sound out his voice as much as previously. But really, it's not because it's not energetic. It's just that he had a throat issue previously. As for the game itself, for 3.5 anniversary,
やっぱりグローバル展開をしているワールドワイド。
it's a worldwide game. War of the Visions is.
は LA で初めて
Next month, there's gonna be a fan festa, the first fan festa for global in Los Angeles.
あると。で結構はいご応募もたくさんいただいていて、
So War of the Visions is really a very global game.
まあ今どういうふうにするのかみたいなのは揉んでいる最中ではあるんですけれども、やっぱり自然戦争って日本だけじゃなくて
It's not just for Japan,
ワールドワイドに
but really it's for a worldwide audience, a lot of players to play in it. Is that kind of game. So he hopes that
お声で今日石川さんが言ってくれた
moving forward as well,
皆さんと一緒にいいゲームを
he wants to continue making War of the Visions into a better and better game with everybody involved, all the players involved, picking out all your feedback for them to try and improve the game on.
本当にありがとうございます。これ
So thank you for your support and your play of the game.
でそしてアサルトさん
Hope to get your support as well in the future.
特に権威のコンテンツ
For Salto-san, for 3.5 anniversary, Realm Scourge multi-quest, that was one of
やっ
the
てもらっていろんな方とこうチャットしな
one
が
of the most fun things for
らやった
him,
りとか
being able to strategize with other people in chat
特に権威
and with his guild members as well.
3時間とか気づいたら
And before you know it, 1, 2, 3 hours have passed when he plays the Realm Scourge multi-quest.
こういったコンテンツがあればテレビでも
He hopes that in the future, when there are other such events and quests as well, that he looks forward to playing with other players and
声かけてくれたら嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。
and for the show, earlier he said something that was kind of wrong, made some mistakes because he was nervous. So thanks to everyone for brushing past his his mistakes. So thanks to everyone for that. And now for the closing comments to close off the show, the live stream. They're deciding who should do the final closing off. So Miso Shiri is the one doing it.
終わったらすぐログインだ。またね。バイバイ。
バイバイ。
Log in straight away after the stream is over. Bye bye for now. Yeah, I just can't match the energy that Misoshiro has. Alright, so now that the stream is over, I'm going to, for those of you who are here, even, if there are someone who didn't watch the earlier part of the stream, what's going to happen now is I'm going to go back and listen to two particular parts of the stream that I kind of missed the information on. And I'm going to try and recap that for you guys. Actually, I think there's only one part. Yeah, there's only one part I think I kind of missed the information on. So I'm going to go back and listen to that now. And that has to do with this skill here.
まあ例えば雷で高ダメージを与えるためのダメージソース
Wait, actually before that, let me look up the skills in Gunner. Because I still don't know what is the skill in Alaya's sub-job.
いやその反応 ね顔してますよ。ね、まあ純真無垢な荒谷さんですからね。
鬼かって言われました。
鬼の荒谷にしておきます。
So I'm gonna go and take a look at what gunners usually have.
特徴が大きいというか、まあ範囲でリレーズ解除っていうのを付与できます。ガッツもしてます。
Can you guys see? I think it's cut off, right?
まあ条件付きですけど、確率の高いマス攻撃っていうのが
Alright, I just need to check one thing real quick here.
打ってしまえば範囲
Uh,
は高く保てます。でプロシェルハレン。
Dragon Princess Ranger. Oh no, this is not Gunner. So she doesn't have Gunner. I guess we need to go to a different character. Eliza should have Gunner, right? No, wait. Why would she have Gunner? What am I saying? Who has Gunner sub job?
そもそも密定のサブアビリティにムーブ1プラス8ダウンがある。
Vinju, thanks for your well wishes. Yep, gonna sleep tight later on tonight. Maggot says more free. Whoops. What did I click on? More free visual, please, so that the game will be better. Well, we all hope for that, don't we? Let me see. Gunner sub job.
いろんな場面で クエストでクエストの部分も高難度のクエストはもちろん
Wait, isn't her main job Gunner?
クエストだったり
No, it's dual Gunner. Okay, so I need to.
ビルバとオートタイムのクエストで多分
Drats. Who has the Gunner sub
そ
job?
の性能であれば手動とかでも使う場面はできるのかなっていうところはあって密定とかね、サブアビの部分でもかなり手動でも活躍の場面があるのかなっていうところでこういろんな場面で
Okay, so I think it's over here.
いや、そんなになると思ってないじゃないですかだって。スライダーできるけど。
Drats, I can't find it. I guess I'll look it. I'll have to look it up later.
逆にちょっとこうマイナスというか出やすい環境に関してはここでちょっと
となる麻痺効果
1体だけとか2体だけ絞っていくとその分が下がって1体に与えるダメージ
Oh, Niflu and Violet. Wait, Violet? Huh?
どっちのパターン
You're talking about. Is that a. What? Is that a unit?
あった分損みたいなのはない
Niflu has the Gunner sub job, so let's take a look at that. Where's Niflu? Should be down here.
ありがとうございます。続きまして、アビリティ素材見ていきましょう。
Gunner. Okay, this is it.
のガンナーは急所を狙う
She doesn't have the Kyusho Nerao. She doesn't have the skill that Alaya has. You know what? I'm just gonna filter by the job. Maybe we can. It's easier to find that
ルグシュ
that
打撃ですね。
job instead.
で、じゃあ物理かどうかっていうねところもコメントできているので、
Gunner.
次のスライドでわかりますので見ていきましょう。お願いします。
Because I don't actually remember seeing that job in JP, so it must be a pretty rare job.
アタッカータイプ、物理アタッカー。
Uh,
プロテスシェル効果やガッツ効果で敵からの攻撃に耐えられる一方、強力な単体攻撃も備えるジョブとなっております。アビリティ見ていきます。左下、パライズストライク。ファイナルの対象にダメージ中&確率で3ターン、低確率で行動。
this one. This is the one.
そして右上、たくさんね、長いんで、解説していただこうと思いますが、はい。
Let's convert this to English. So we figured it out. The level 12, the job level 12 skill for Alaya, the new Alaya, is Vital Shot. Yeah, so like what I thought, Kyusho Nero. It's a skill that knocks back, so it's not going to be that useful, unfortunately. Alright, so this skill here, the crazy skill. So the AoE part is give area resistance to everyone, as well as for 3 turns, by the way, as well as for the next 3 turns, give all your allies, whenever they, before they land an attack, re-raise is removed on their targets.
ありますが、藤田さん、こちら
And then that's the area buff part. And then for herself, she gets courage. And when she has courage, her physical damage goes up. And then on top of that, she also gets the added effect. When her HP drops to 20%, she will get hate down. So the other thing I need to listen for now is the protect and shout skill, because I thought it's actually tied to this skill as well, but I think it's actually a separate skill. Ryan says Violet is yeah, for a moment I forgot Violet is a character.
でこれに関してはここでちょっと直接関しては麻痺ですね。麻痺効果を付与すると。でこちらに関してはもう一個左上の説明でプロテストシェル効果っていうのがあると思うんですよ。でこれに関してはここでちょっと紹介してないアビリティなんですけど、自己バフで。
Okay, so it's a separate ability that has protect and shell.
それを打つと、プロシェルの効果プラスパライズストライクの威力と、麻痺の。
And when you have the protect and shell on her, it will increase the hit rate for the activation rate for paralyze for this move here. So that's with paralyze strike. So just to be clear, protect and shout is not part of this skill. It's a separate skill that when you have it on, when you activate that skill, it will also give increased paralyze effect on paralyze rate, activation rate on this skill.
右上の花びらの祝福、ここがね、スライドをアサルトさん事前に見たタイミングではファーってなってた。
So apparently when they showed this slide to Asalto-san ahead of time before the broadcast, he went like WTF. So many good things here. Give re-raise removal to all your allies in this AoE.
リレーズの解除を付与する効果っていうのは、今までなかなかない効果っていうところ。
A very rare thing in the game.
結構今、環境的には、もちろんガッツ持ちもいますけど、リレーズ持ちっていうのもかなり多くて。
And of course in the game there's a lot of people, a lot of units have courage and re-raise.
アライアもそういう戦法を取れるような形で、それを打ちつつガッツができると。
すごいもうそこでもうモリモリですよね。
So the really strong about this.
効果が持ってる状態、一回ね1まで削られるまでは物理ダメージが上昇するバフがつく。
The really strong thing about this move is that there's so many things that gets activated at once.
結構物理ダメージ上昇バフって他の斬撃アップとか攻撃アップのバフよりは割とこうダメージが上がりやすい効果である。
Wait, let me listen to that part.
ダメージソースにもダメージまでは物理ダメージが上昇するバフがつくと。これは最近だとブラッドレーとかが持ってたような効果で、結構物理ダメージ上昇バフって他の斬撃アップとか攻撃アップのバフよりは割とこうダメージが上がりやすい効果であるので、ダメージソースにももちろんなるかなっていうところで、かつ、HP が20倍以下、要するにガッツが発動するぐらいまで削られたタイミングでヘイトが下がる。
So first of all, when she has courage, she has physical damage up. So in this case, it's kind of similar to King Bradley, who also has physical damage up, right? And Fujita-san explained that this is actually better than things like, slash attack up or missile attack up or strike attack up, because it's actually easier to get damage through this physical damage up. So it's a really strong effect. And then on top of that, she has the this move will also give the added effect that once her HP drops below 20%, she gets hate down. So basically, if courage activates on Alaya, then you can pretty much guarantee that she will get this hate down effect, which is really crazy. She's gonna be able. Asalto-san just made a comment. She's gonna be able to survive so well with this move.
これが直接的にどう動くかみたいなのは 環境戦う状況によってだいぶ変わると思うんで。
And with this thing on her, you will see that maybe she'll take different movements. Yeah, it's like what
そのタイミングでヘッドを
when the, especially when the hate down comes into play.
でも強化は
And then now we're talking about the EX version of this
1段
move.
階の後ろがあります。で、伸びしろの部分としては範囲耐性の数字がちょっと上がると、あとこれにプラスで斬撃耐性や最終でヘッドが下がると。で、花びらの祝福は、一応 EX でも強化はされる。
ここからさらに、
はい、1段階の後ろがあります。で、伸びしろの部分としては範囲耐性の数字がちょっと上がると、あとこれにプラスで斬撃耐性アップがつきます。
耐性アップ。
耐性も上がる。まあ
So the EX upgrade to this move is that the area resistance for allies will be increased, and on top of that, all the allies will also get slash resistance.
バフ、周りにね、いろいろフォローしつつ自分もすごい強くなるっていう、これでモリモリ、一個モリモリにちょっとさせてもらったんですけど。
Really impressive move that gives you so much stuff.
今のね、そのいろんなこうパーティーゲームの環境とかを、に一個ちょっと突きさせるような効果をさせてもらいたいなと思って。
It's an effect that Fujiya-san wanted to implement in order to fight against the current meta parties, you could say.
次のごめんなさい、ジャマーインパクト。
And then for the Jammer Impact, actually I know this already, so for the people who missed out on this, for Jammer Impact, earlier what Fujita-san said was that it has 2 upgrades. So the default skill is this is a single target skill. It will just give you damage L and ability casting block. So it means if your opponent is chanting a spell or a buff or whatever, this move, when you hit them with it, it will cancel their casting. And on top of that, it will give them CT down small. And the first upgrade, the EX upgrade to this move is that you can now hit 2 targets with this thing. And then I believe the level 140 upgrade is you can hit 3 targets with this move. And on top of that, there is strike resistance penetration added.
で、対象にダメージ台、これが、5マスかな。対象にダメージ台、アビリティキャンセルと CT ダウンがついてます。で、正直ね、この流れで見たら、なんかちょっと物足りないですよ。
単体ダメージで発動キャンセル付きで CT ダウン、みたいな。はい。
で、このジャマーインパクトも、2段階の進化は
2段階の進化。
はい、
1段階じゃない、2段階残ってるんですか。
はい、EX と、強化、無限強化のタイミングでちょっとジャマーインパクトの強化をさせていただこうかなと思ってきて、1段階目で、対象にダメージ台っていうところが最大2体の対象にダメージ台。
2人選択できる単体攻撃。
単体攻撃ですね。で、もう1段階強化されると、打撃貫通をアップした状態で最大3体に
いいじゃないですか。3体
なんですよ。
だからなんだろう、今実装されているユニット、あとはムネリスとか、散布があれはもう 3体だったんですけど、3体の、この5マスですね、周囲5マスの範囲の3体に単体攻撃をで、かつもちろんアビリティキャンセルと CT ダウンの効果も全部ついているので、で打撃耐性も完成する。結構だからちょっと伸びしろが、ね、あるユニット、アビリティではあるんですけど、ジャマーインパクト、結構強めの、結構今範囲攻撃盛られやすい、範囲耐性盛られやすいので、単体でもあるので、ダメージが出やすい、今の環境としてはダメージが出やすい。意外とあれなんです、単体を上げる周囲バフ少なくて、ありはするんですけど、この前 J ダンとかも持ってたりするので、意外と少なくて、だから単体耐性っていうところがすごい高いようにとって、実はここまで多くはないというか、最近のトレンド的に範囲耐性が強い。なのでダメージが出やすい。今の環境だと結構ダメージが出やすい。
Alright, so I think that was the only thing I needed to confirm. So what I'm gonna do is I still have some time before I go for dinner, so I think I'm gonna try and make a recap video on the everything that was announced today, because it's actually not that much if you think about it. if you just want to, you know, get to the details. It's really just Alaya's details, and then the vision card has nothing. The weapon, they did tell us what it does, and then I think the rest was really roadmap and the, what do you call it, the statistics thing, right? So for the statistics part, if you actually look at it, there was actually not that much. A lot of it was just them, you know, the people on the live stream discussing what they felt about the results. So if we take that out, there's actually not that much to cover. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, end the stream and go off and do other things now. Thank you for watching it. Kind of tired now, so I'm not speaking 100% coherently. One thing I do want to announce is that I've been thinking recently that I want to, like, I basically am trying to schedule about 60 to 90 minutes a day to try and just put out, to make a video for you guys. So the first thing that's going to come out of that is my class match video, because I've already done the recording already, so it's pretty easy for me to get it out. But yeah, moving forward, I'm going to try and spend about 60 minutes or 90 minutes a day to make a video for you guys. So there'll be more stuff coming real soon on the YouTube channel. Finally, coming out of my hiatus. So I hope you guys look forward to it. For now, that's all from me this time. Yep, I'm basically gonna end the live stream now. Thank you guys for coming, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.